You don't need motivation, you just need movement. Hello everyone, I am Harsh Tyagi and I warmly welcome you to my very first podcast. Here we will explore the why behind our action, the how of our decision, and bring clarity to the choices we make in everyday life. Let's grow through thoughtful conversations. The topic of today is mental inertia. We will find its roots and come across the practical solution. At the end, I will give you a best example to make it more clear. For bring out clarity, I have divided the whole chapter into four parts. Part A, where we will discuss what is mental inertia. Part B relates to the science behind mental inertia. Part C contains the hidden roots of mental inertia. And part D, we will talk about the real solutions. So without any further delay, let's go ahead with part A. Part A. What is mental inertia? Mental inertia, that heavy, invisible force inside you that whispers, not now, maybe later, even when your goals are screaming, let's go. This is not laziness. Let me tell you very honest. This is not laziness. This is not a lack of talent. This is a mental trap, a psychological lockdown. If I talk in simple terms, mental inertia means the resistance to change the way we think. It is like our brain gets used to a certain pattern, and even when better options are available, we stick to the old way just because it is familiar or easier. Imagine you are used to taking the same route to college every day. One day, someone tells you there is a faster, safer way, but you still take the old one not because it is better, but because it is habitual. That is mental inertia. Dr. David Rock, a neuroscientist and founder of the Neuro Leadership Institute, explains the mental inertia in his terms. The brain is a prediction machine. As he says, the brain is a prediction machine. It prefers certainty and patterns. Change demands effort, so the brain resists. This resistance is what we call mental inertia. Just like Newton said in physics, an object at rest stays at rest. In the brain, a thought stuck in doubt stays in doubt. A decision stuck in fear stays in. This is why you binge watch shows despite planning to study. You scroll reels while you dream idea baits to in the corner of your mind. You read self-help books, no doubt, but still don't act. You are not a failure. You're stuck in a mental inertia. Coming to the part B of the chapter, where we have to find the science behind mental inertia. Point first, the brain energy efficiency goal. I repeat, the brain's energy efficiency goal. Your brain makes up about 2% of your body weight, but uses nearly 23% of your daily energy. Because of this, the brain tries to conserve energy wherever possible. To do this, it prefers familiar routines, known patterns, habitual decisions. This energy saving mechanism is the core reason behind mental inertia. Thinking differently or changing habits requires more cognitive energy, which the brain naturally tried to avoid. If I give you a practical energy, you are always used to check Instagram without that is your used to or instinct pattern nowadays, because the brain already knows that to get a dopamine hit, I want to check the Instagram reel post. So this is your used to pattern and you don't need to think as much, and your brain works on energy saving mechanism. The second main important concept is system 1 of your brain and system 2. These both systems are explained in a famous book written by Daniel Kahneman. Daniel Kahneman is a Nobel Prize winner, and he explained our brain operates in two modes: system first and system second. The system first is fast, automatic and instinctive, and it repeats past decisions, while system second is sluggish, logical and effort, and it questions, evaluates and holds the reasoning power. The mental inertia happens when we over rely on system 1 and avoid engaging system 2 because it is mentally tiring, boring, and we are used to avoid boring things. We are used to eat simple food because it is coming from the mental inertia. The brain resists effortful thinking the same way muscle resists strain to protect itself from burnout. Now coming to the part C, where we will find the hidden roots of mental inertia. While it appears on the surface as mere laziness or indecision, its true roots run much deeper. The first root is the fear of the unknown. Your brain loves comfort. Anything new feels risky. Like a ship staying near the shore, your mind avoids sailing into unfamiliar water even if treasures lies ahead. Uncertainty triggers hesitation. I repeat, uncertainty triggers hesitation. The second root is ego attachment. You believe certain things because they make you feel smart, safe, or in control. Changing them feels like saying I was wrong. And that is the crucial thing. That is hard. Your ego does not like to admit it. So it blocks new ideas. Your cognitive pride keeps us stuck. The third root is mental fatigue. Yes, your brain uses a lot of energy to think deeply. So when it is tired or stressed, it picks the easy way. Go for old habits like clicking repeat on a song instead of searching for a new one. Your mental fatigue is the third root that cause mental inertia. Decision fatigue leads to mental shortcuts. And your mind will always look for mental shortcut for finding the shortcut. The fourth root is related to your childhood, that is social conditioning. Since childhood, you are taught what to believe by your family, school, or society. Questioning those beliefs feels like breaking rules. So most people stay quiet and follow the crowd. Cultural programming creates invisible boundaries. Coming to the fifth root, that is unhealed emotion or overlapped emotions. Sometimes deep down, you avoid certain thoughts because they are tied to pain, guilt, or fear. So your brain keeps dodging them, like avoiding a locked room because you are afraid of what is inside. Now here, the fear of unknown also cover it up. Emotional residue fogs clear thinking. Like in winter, you are unable to see what is on the road. Same goes with your covered emotions, or that makes fogs clear thinking. The sixth root of mental inertia, that is too much information. Every day you are bombarded with news, videos, opinions. Your brain gets overloaded and confused. It shuts down and says, I'll just believe what I already know. Information saturation causes analysis paralysis. Every day we got to know about thousands of things, and that are irrelevant for us, irrelevant to our future, irrelevant to our present, but we are consuming it because we are used to it, and we don't go for next option because we are all too lazy. We are mental lazy. Coming to the seventh root of mental inertia, that is brain's natural wiring. Your brain is like a lazy genius. It loves to save energy, so once it forms a habit, it sticks to it even if it is outdated. Your brain don't update bytes, it's you which update it, like still using an old phone because you are used to it. We update our phone, we buy a new iPhone version, we upgrade our phone every year or every month, but we don't upgrade our mind, we don't upgrade our habits. And that is the problem, why we are lacking, why we are stucking to where we were. The more aware you are of these roots, the more power you have to pull them out. Growth begins when comfort ends. So let's break your comfort and get some solution. Moving to the last part of our today's session, where we will talk about the real solutions. So solution first, start with the simplest, smallest step. Mental inertia often comes from thinking too big. We think too big. We have unrealistic goals. Your brain panics when a task feels huge because it always wants to save energy, and if you share with him the huge goal, it will say, bro, I don't have such energy, I don't have that much of energy, so take this simple dopamine hit and be happy and do your work. Want to study? Open the book and read just one. It may work for sure. Want to work out? Do 5 jumping jacks. Want to write? Just type one sentence. Don't forget that action creates momentum. Everyone, tiny steps flips the mental switch. So you should start, and you must start with the smallest steps. Second solution, follow a fixed daily rhythm. Dincharya. You have to follow a fixed routine. Inertia thrives in chaos. I will repeat this statement. Inertia thrives in chaos. A basic routine trains your brain to switch into action mode. Don't forget this statement. Your time has the memory and your place has the energy. Try this. Fix wake up and sleep time. Set 2 hours daily for focused work, where you will keep aside all the distractions, whether it's your phone, whether it's your TV, whether it's your children, anything else. Keep your environment clean and organized. Your brain loves, believe me, your brain loves structure more than motivation. Motivation follow when you follow the structure, when you follow the discipline. If you have a bigger purpose, you cannot afford this mental inertia. You cannot afford this mental inertia if you have a really big purpose. The third solution is use 5-second rule. The brain only needs a 5 second. Here's a fact. Our brain only needs a 5-second window to start overthinking and pull you back. Whenever you feel stuck or feel like I'm doing nothing, just count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and just act. Stand up, change your position, say anything, walk into the room, or you may even open the book. Counting breaks the loop of doubt. So just do something. Whenever you feel stuck, you only have to count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or you can say in your mind, just do it, do it, do it, do it, and let go. The fourth solution is changing your environment. It is related to your environment where you work. Mental blocks often come from physical triggers around you. If you're really stuck to a situation and to a point, just change your physical environment. You can move to a different room, work in a library or park. You may also rearrange your desk, use soft instrumental music or silence based on your focus style, or you can also listen to a podcast. As I said earlier, your time has the memory and place has the energy, and new setting is equal to new energy. New, and in the new setting you can break your old patterns and change and upgrade your mind as well. The fifth solution: practice mindfulness and breath. It is personal, it is up to you, it is up to you, and it's from my own experience. Inertia comes from stress, anxiety, and mental noise. You just have to do 5 minutes of deep belly breathing every morning, or you can choose any time. Try Anulom Vilom. In India, it is very famous, Anulom Vilom, or in Western side we say box breathing, the 4-4-4-4 pattern. Still mind is equal to clear action. Last but not the least, create a no negotiation habit. When some habits become non-optional, they override inertia. Fix one non-negotiable habit. Suppose you choose to meditate 10 minutes daily, no matter what. If it is your last day, I'm not saying it's your last day, if it is your last day, you will do it, that one thing. So choose that one non-negotiable habit or routine or anything. Discipline builds trust with yourself, and you have to earn your trust. Only trust yourself by gaining those evidences that you can what you have said. At last, visualize your future self. The brain moves, as you all are aware of, our brain moves towards images and emotion. You only have to do one thing. Close your eyes and imagine how you are feel and you have finished the task. How confident and light you will feel. Visualization is a mental rehearsal. The brain does not know the difference. It's like you are seeing a dream. You are watching a dream. You are riding your dream car. You are at this stage have reached to listen to you. So these are some practical solutions to overcome the mental inertia. Now I will give you a real life. So let's travel to the Ramayana again. I am assuming you are all aware of the Ramayana. This is a famous this is a famous Hindu book. We all know Hanuman. We all know about the character of Hanuman. Hanuman is standing at the edge of the ocean. Lanka is far, far away. He doubts himself. Can I really fly across the vast sea? Then comes Jamvant, the wise old bear. He reminds Hanuman of his strength, his courage, his purpose. And the very next moment, Hanuman soars. That's the key. Find your guide, find your Krishna, find your Jamva. In this Kali Yuga, it is impossible to find any teacher or guide, but I'll suggest be your own Krishna, be your own guide, be your own Jamvant. If you really want to change who you are, you have to play different personalities, you have to play different roles for yourself. You can be a teacher, a mentor, or even a guider. You have to remind yourself you are more than your doubt. You are more than your doubt. Just repeat with me, you are more than your doubt. And in the Mahabharata, Vidura, known for his calm and sadhik wisdom, as we all know, he said, "He who knows what is right but does not act is like a well without water." So don't just know, don't just dream, do. Even if your mind resists, act from your soul. So today, if you are feeling stuck, mentally tired, emotionally confused, or afraid of change, just ask yourself, what would Arjuna do? How did Ram walk his path? What made Hanuman take the leap? Let these stories remind you that you too, yes, you too, have divine strength within you. Thank you for listening. This is it for today. Thank you all for listening. I'm Harsh and I'll meet you soon with another powerful idea. I'll help you in getting better soon. So am I. Until then, pause, reflect, and take one step forward. I wish you all the success in the world. Thank you very much.